Welcome back, guys. It is Apex Predator here. So today's just a quick cheeky daily C, but yeah, check this out. I logged on the other day and I've got the star player registration form, which I was not expecting. So you can see here the qualification prerequisites. It was top 200 overall in nations or manufacturers, or top 10 for your country in nations, or top 10 for your manufacturer in the manufacturers. So I'm not too sure how I managed it. I'm going to have to go and check the point rankings again. We can do that in the next video, maybe the start of Season 2, because I think that's this week. I think it might be today, actually. Crap, I need to do some practice. Okay, so, yes, we can look at the point standings and stuff, because I've got a sneaky feeling that I was top 200 in nations, and for the manufacturer, I think I was 9th for Ferrari. In my region, I'm like first for Ferrari. There's not many people using it, but I think even overall I was like top 10 for Ferrari somehow, because I only had like one good race in the manufacturers. But yeah, so I'm not too sure how I managed that. But yeah, so I thought I'd get that out of the way. So yeah, registered for a star player, but I don't think I'm going to be going to any live events anytime soon. But oh, look at this! It's classic turn 1, I suppose. So this race has a bit of everything, really. I thought it would be a good race to show. So we've got that turn 1. Well, I nearly went into the back of the Megane trophy, to be honest. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. So it's Group 4. Sorry, I've not introduced the race properly at all. So race C at Interlagos. We Group 4 cars. We've got 11 laps. Pretty much everyone is in Megane trophies or Evos. Those are pretty much the only cars on the grid. But I thought I'll bring the 458 to the party because, you know, I'm still driving Ferrari. I'm still trying to get used to the Ferraris, so why not? And the Group 4 458 is not a bad car at all. It really isn't. It's just the Group... I mean, even the Group 3 one isn't. It's just its tyre wear that's a problem. But anyway, so we qualified 10th or 9th, I think, for this race. Not too good. Well, the lap was a 37.8, I think, which is a second or so off the fastest. But remember, I'm in the 458 and everyone was pretty much in the Megane trophy, so I'm alright with that. So that lap got progressively worse throughout the day, obviously, in terms of qualifying position. But I felt like I had fairly good pace at the track. I'll do a bit of fuel saving where I can, because obviously it's a race C, it's a long race, and it will help. And shorten the amount of time I'm stopped in the pits, it will help me. But the Ferrari's not too bad on fuel. Right, so we've got VP Duffer in front. I think that's an Evo. I can't see from here. We do have a penalty though from that turn 1 incident. I couldn't have done anything about it, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's a bit annoying, but it's just the way it is. These 2 cars ahead have a penalty, so now my decision is, look, I'm catching them, so I'm going to either be getting held up or I'm going to be having to battle these guys. If I scrap, they've both got penalties, chances are I'm probably going to get another penalty. So what I could do is serve my penalty, and then I don't have to scrap them. And I'm not getting held up because I've dropped back to serve my penalty, and then I can attack the track. But then there's a car behind me. In fact, there's several cars behind me. So if I serve that penalty, I'm gonna drop from this pack, but I'll probably be at the back of that other pack. So it's probably not really worth it. But I don't really want to get held up, because if I start getting held up now, that other pack behind me is going to start catching. Right, good slipstream. The Ferrari is good up that hill and down this straight, and yeah, look at the Megane with all its downforce. It's going to be good on the brakes though. It's going to be good through the first. Sorry, I've got my hay fever kicking in. So yeah, we're good up the hill, down that straight, but these Meganes are great from sector 2. Great on the brakes. Speaking of Meganes, contact immediately. And I think he might be the car that hit us all off into turn 1. That Frenchman who's just passed us. So now we've got Megane Trophy versus Megane. This should be whether Megane Trophy's strong. This sector here, just with all that aero. Oh, he's on a look. Just trying to give these guys plenty of space. Let's let me let my cat out. Right, cat is out, we're good. So again, we're going to have good tow up this hill. The Ferrari punches out of there really, really well. This Megane Trophy, but all the Megane Trophies are going to be getting dragged all the way down the straight, all the way up that hill. And yeah, look at the gap we're pulling out. He might be fuel saving as well, but I think that is just the performance difference between the Megane Trophy and the 458 in Sector 3. So through Sector 1, down the hill, the trophy behind is going to be the tow, so he's going to probably start to catch through Sector 2, maybe, we'll see. So we've got the German in front and another Evo. As we hit a purple sector, we're catching this guy in. I did that last video, we're reeling this guy in, we're catching this guy up. Yeah, look, just temps and temps. I reckon through this next corner or so, we're going to be right behind him. Yeah. Well, pushed out the way by from Megane. Not happy about that. Well, 2 can play that game. So we got a penalty for that, which is fair enough, I deserve. But, you know, they've got to learn, haven't they? They've got to learn. Alright, so what are we on? End of lap 4, start of lap 5. Getting towards the end of the first stint. Now again, as I always say, I've got options here. Tyres aren't, obviously tyres and fuel aren't a problem. There's a possibility to come in the pits at the end of this lap for the undercut if I feel I'm getting held up in traffic, which at the start of the lap's looking like that's a possibility. So if I feel like I'm getting held up too much, I don't want to do another, because remember, if I'm still not past this pack by the end of this lap, I don't want to do a whole lap 6 still stuck behind this pack. So if I feel like I can come in, get the tyres, get the fuel I need, and get out, and then do a quick out lap, not stuck behind traffic, that might be a way to get past these guys. So we'll see. So he's ghosted and then unghosted. That's just annoying. So yeah, I figured, right, I'll serve these penalties. End of the stint anyway. There's no point being held up in a big pack of cars when they've all got penalties and you've got a penalty. I might as well drop off, serve the penalty, because I'm probably only going to end up getting more penalties if I'm in a pack of cars, let's be honest. So I might as well drop back, get rid of the penalty, and now I can make up ground because I'm not being held up and I don't have a penalty and I don't have the same high chance of getting another penalty. So although you lose ground and you lose track position, with this much of the race left to go, it's probably a good decision. And this means I don't need to pit now as well. I'm not getting held up. Now if a lot of those guys pit, I'll stay out, and if those guys don't pit, I'll come in. So although you might think I'm not getting held up there, I think the chances are by the time I get to Sector 2, I probably would have caught them again. So I think this is a good decision here to try the undercut. And when tyres and fuel aren't a problem, it doesn't matter. You know, I can do 7, 8, 9 laps in a stint if I need to. You know, it's fine. So I don't think this is too bad a move. 15th though, so not looking too great, but it's been an interesting race so far. Need to pick the pace up though. I've not been driving that quickly, but I mean I've just been in a lot of traffic, I suppose. Let's see what we can do. Too hot there. Probably just a bit too used to the lighter fuel breaking point. Just need to always remember when you come out of the pits, you suddenly got a lot heavier on fuel. You've got fresh tyres that maybe aren't up to temperature. Just take half a lap to a lap just to get the car sort of settled in again. Had a cracking move through that last corner towards the end of the race. So make sure you stick around for that. Although I think I was lucky not to hit anyone, to be honest, because I nearly lost it. Proper tank slapper, fishtail, whatever you want to call it, in the 458. It was a good move though. Yeah, you will see. It was that French guy actually, Momo. Is it Momo or Momos? I remember, I can't see when I'm doing the commentary. But the guy in that Megane, the sort of blacky grey Megane with the Dodge Viper stripes down the bonnet, I'm pretty sure he's the guy that caused the collision in turn 1. He was blocking pretty hard, let's say. Bit of a bottleneck. So look, this pack in front looks to be getting a little bit closer. Ooh, just dropped a wheel on the outside there, but we got away with it. You saw it just twitched the car on brakes. You do have to watch it on Interlagos on that corner especially. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite often just dropping the wheel on the outside on brakes into that corner, so I need to be careful there, or more careful. Here it's all about just getting early brakes, early turning, take as much of that curb as you can get away with. Here, just control the speed, wait for the right time to punch out. Again here, nice early brake, slow the car down so you can be on the throttle and drive through this corner. Here in the go-kart you hug that inside, but in the car it is worth swinging out a little bit just so you can carry the momentum through that corner over the dip. Because if you try and take this, well, if I try and take my karting line in the car, I'll get understeer as the car dips. Whereas if you just take that nice wide line, you just widen the corner a little bit. It just helps the car carry momentum through the corner, because it's flat out that corner if you do it right, but if you don't do it right, well, it's flat out either way, but one of the ways you go miles off the track if you try and do it flat out. So yeah, a little bit different to the karting line there, that corner, but pretty much the rest of the track I'm just taking my karting line really. I'm not there obviously, I'm not that far off the track in the kart. Alright, so I think that's a GTR in front, so it should be pretty quick down the straights. So we might get some good tow here. In fact, I think the GTR is probably quite a good, strong overall car, isn't it? It's going to have good grip through the sectors. It might understeer a bit through sector 2, but it's going to have the traction and the stability that you should be able to still put your foot down and punch through. So yeah, the GTR is probably not a bad car. Good Group 4 car. You can tell he's got a bit of understeer there though, in comparison to what we've got in the 458. And yeah, look at that. So he had a little moment, lost it, saw that I'd shown the nose, and I think smartly realised to just yield there. Well, he tries to get back underneath me here, so I've left him space. Look, I'd normally want to have turned in a lot harder, sharper, but we're able to keep the position. Yeah, full throttle there. Cautious here. And then power out and up the hill. Need to get a good exit on that corner. It's so important that you don't lose track of what the important part of that corner is. So don't try and throw it in and carry the speed on the way in just to lose it on the way out. It's so important that you get a good exit on that corner. He does look all the way down here, so you guys kind of know now it's important to get a good exit on corners when it's a long straight, because you're on the throttle for all that time, so any time gained or lost will continue to happen down the straight. And when you're going up a hill as well, it's like even more important. It just compounds how early or late you're on the throttle coming out of that corner. As you're uphill on a long straight, it just compounds that gain or loss all the way down. So I recognise this guy, catching this guy up again, but this time we don't have that Megane trophy behind. V Christian, wasn't it? sort of nudges. Where was it? It wasn't here, was it? No, it was the next one, I think. So he obviously got close through here because he's in the Megane. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even here. It was this next one. He's pushed me out here, didn't he? Tried to sneak it up the inside and then just pushed me wide. Yeah, a bit of a cheeky one that. I mean, I kind of see it. He's got a fast car in that sector, but it doesn't give him the excuse to just drive through me. I shouldn't have retaliated though, but it's Group 4, so you know you think touring cars, a little bit of rubbing here and there is fine. I mean, when you think of when you go down the touring car route, you can't be too mad at him for that move, really. I did leave the inside slightly open just because that's how I have to drive that corner in the Ferrari, whereas he can probably go really tight in the Megane. So yeah, there was a slight gap. He went for it. It's fair enough. I mean, he didn't need to push me wide. That's the annoying bit. I don't mind people going for gaps, but just don't push me wide. That was the thing. So. Alright, so we've caught up with this guy again. What lap are we on? Lap 10, second to last lap. Right, so we've got a car right behind, and we've got this guy looking like he's going to defend pretty firmly. This is going to get nasty. Look at that, how he shuts the door. Trying to have a look. Look at this for a cutback. Oh, oh. Oh, so lucky I didn't make contact there. Have we got it? We've got it. We just got it. We just got it. Whew. That was pretty hairy though. But don't block that hard when there's like 3 cars right behind you. It's just stupid. So I'm going to defend here, obviously. He looks like he's struggling on his tyres. So I doubt he's going to make it around the outside of me here. Especially without the toe. Pick your braking point, mine's just past the 100 board. As the GTR goes flying up the inside, I see him coming, leave him a space. And there we go, retake the position. Last lap. And as is pretty much customary for me, I think we're going to finish pretty much where we started after a pretty hectic race. But there we go, interesting to watch. And I mean, I could just drive the Megane, couldn't I? I could just take the Megane trophy, but I don't want to. I don't think I own it. I don't think I own either Megane. But I mean, if I was going to buy either of them, it would be the trophy because I've driven it in GT6 and I remember it being a really a good car in that game. I really liked it. So if I was going to have either of them, it would be that one. I don't want to have a front-wheel drive Megane. Yeah, just doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather drive a 458. I'd rather drive a 458. And yeah, alright, it might be a bit tricky. Probably lose a lot of time with little mistakes. I'll make way more mistakes, but I mean, you've seen this race. Pretty much the whole grid is Meganes, so it's just boring, isn't it, doing that? And like I say, the Group 4 458 actually, I think it's a pretty good car, so I don't think it's too much of a disadvantage. You've seen I've got a good drive out of here over the Meganes. It's just Sector 2 probably where they're quick. So I mean, I could defend harder and I wouldn't be overtaken as much, but I don't, you know, defending hard was a bit of a dick move really mid-race. So yeah, no complaints about that race. Good little race. I mean, I'm not getting many points for these races, obviously, but I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I just enjoy the racing. So there you go, guys. I had fun in that race. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. In fact, probably very, very soon, because as I say, I think today might be Season 2 of the FIA rounds. I'm going to struggle for time. I'll try and do both. We'll see. we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are all well, having a good summer, enjoying yourselves, enjoying the game, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Alright, thank you guys, bye.